Every month, supporters on Patreon or Subscribestar at the $5 level get to ask me anything they want. Josh Havens has a long one, but he's the only one who asked a question for September, so he gets me all to himself. In the vast majority of mass shooting cases, deaths could have easily been prevented if one or more of the victims were armed. In case anyone doubts that, I'm linking to an analysis by Davi Barker showing that mass shooters kill on average 14.3 people when stopped by police, but only 1.8 when stopped by an armed citizen. I don't see how that would help in the case of the Las Vegas shooting of 2017. He was elevated up 32 floors in a hotel, and the concert-goers were hundreds of yards away. No one with a rifle on the ground could possibly hit a target that far away, nor could they tell where exactly the shots were coming from. Actually, you'd be surprised. I can't find the link now because pretty much any search, no matter how detailed you do, is going to inundate you with site after site trying to push their political agenda instead of actually giving you the facts. But there was a man with a rifle who said he saw the shooter and had a chance to fire back, but didn't because he didn't want police to mistake him for the shooter and kill him. How would one stop an attack like this? Look at the University of Texas shooting back in 1966. It was very similar to the Mandalay Bay shooting in that he went to the top of the main building tower and shot indiscriminately at people on the campus, killing 14 and injuring 31. A couple of armed civilians fired back. Although they didn't hit him, they did force him to stay back and fire through storm drains. This slowed down the rate at which he could get off shots, and the death toll was a lot less than it otherwise might have been. This also helped provide cover for the police when they went up to stop him. My first thought was to arm the security officer who ran into the shooter, but the shooter's room was deadbolt locked. If the security officer shot through the door blind, which is a horrible idea, all the shooter had to do was stay out of the pathway of the door. By the time the SWAT team arrived, they had to use explosives to take down the door, and the shooter had already committed suicide. Is there any scenario where this tragedy could have ended before SWAT got there? The sad answer is, maybe not, and this is the scary thing about it. People want to feel safe from this kind of random violence, but no one's been able to come up with any kind of solution. We know gun control doesn't work. We know red flag laws won't work. Armed citizens definitely help, but they can really only keep the body count lower than it otherwise would have been. And maybe it wouldn't have made any difference in this case. But as they said in Men in Black, people are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and they need to feel as though there's a way to be safe. I think this is the same thing keeping conspiracies about the JFK assassination or the 9/11 attacks going. The JFK assassination was just so out of the blue that it shocked pretty much everyone. People have to think that a big, important man like JFK is taken down by something big and important, like the KGB or an internal assassination from the CIA or a conspiracy of bankers or whatever. Because even though every piece of evidence that exists and every single forensic recreation with any degree of validity to it shows that Oswald was the lone gunman, there's too much panic in the idea that the president, by far the most well-protected man in the country, can be taken down by one lone nut. Because if that's the case, how can they protect the rest of us? Same with 9/11. It had to be an inside job from the Bush administration because it's just too random and scary to think it could have been done by a handful of people armed only with box cutters. Because if that can happen at any time, what else might be able to happen that we'd be completely unprepared for? And so we have to do ridiculous things like take off our shoes and not bring in liquids over 3.6 ounces and subject ourselves to sexual battery just to be able to fly on a plane. None of that makes us any safer, it's just security theater. Same with gun control, same with red flag laws, same with whatever mental illness policy they're trying to come up with. It's all just there to give us the appearance that people are doing something, the feeling that we're going to be safer. The really sad part is, we shouldn't need to feel like we're in all that much danger to begin with. Deaths from mass shootings, as well as their frequency, are an edge case among edge cases. And you have to make the statistics per million population just to get them up to something workable. And when you do adjust them for population, America doesn't even show up in the top 10 in either deaths or frequency, as I've shown before, even when you limit it to just the US and Europe. The news media scares you because it's the best way for their increasingly obsolete industry to sell ad dollars, and politicians scare you because that's how they get more power and money. We need to just stop falling for it. So thanks for watching, and please support this channel by sharing this video, because YouTube has not only been unfairly excluding independent creators like myself from their related videos, they've also been excluding me from searches even when you search for the exact title of a video. You can also watch my videos directly at bittubers.com, where there's no censorship or demonetization, and I've been uploading some of my videos a few hours early there to encourage people. The site's still in beta, but it's improving all the time. And please go to donate.bogosity.tv, where you can donate with PayPal or crypto, become a regular supporter at Patreon or Subscribestar, or download BitTube's airtime extension and have that extension active when you watch my videos. Thanks again, and until next time, stay strong and be free.